How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about MMAT metamaterials. We spoke about this not too long ago, and I want to give you guys an update because in regards to when we were doing the technical analysis in the previous video, I was telling you what the trend was looking like, and I want to make sure you're prepared, especially as this week progresses. So I won't take up any more of your time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the price action. What are we looking forward to in regards to a reversal so we can start looking bullish again? And what are the downside risks if you decide to hold? Or maybe you might be looking to get into this play because I want to make sure you can formulate the right game plan. And then secondly, we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, what are the institutions doing? Are they loading up or are they selling shares? I feel this is very key to know because it will have an impact on the overall stock price. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for MMAT metamaterials. So let's see how it performed on the day. So I ended up closing at $3.50, being down 3.58%. On the low, it tested $3.31, and then on the high, testing $3.58. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day so far, we traded at 13.073 million shares. And as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it is around 25.575 million shares. So definitely well below average there. And it's part of the reasons why we've seen a lot of downward pressure in the stock price. Just for your information, we are using the 1-year daily chart. You want to make sure we have a nice clear picture here. So when we take a look at our indicators, first starting off with the RSI, you can see we're right here around 38.15. So what does this mean? We are in the oversold territory. And that's of no surprise due to the fact of this bearish trend that MMAT has been on. As far as the indicators on our chart, you can see we're well below the 21-day EMA. We're also below the 100-day. And you can see here we're right below the 200-day, being at $3.57. And we closed at $3.50. So many times people will say, well, you know what? We got to look for that bounce off the 200-day in regards to seeing price strength. And that's something that I definitely agree with. But one of the concerns that we do have to realize, usually when a stock goes through the 200-day, especially when it's on a very bearish trend like this, and take into consideration the trends inside of the market, and also all of the selling pressure within the stock as well as shorts, there's more room for the downside. So I know many people are not going to want to be hearing that, but I got to be completely honest with you guys. So taking a look at where this stock can possibly go as far as pullbacks or areas to look out for, we ended up testing $3.31 today, right? So the next level that I would be actually keeping an eye on to see how well it could show some strength will be right here around this $2.90 level, if it decides to pull back that far. So we have $2.90, and then for the next level to keep an eye on will be here right around $3.04. So $3.04 and $2.90 are possible areas where it can pull back to. The best case scenario, it could use this 200-day as a springboard. So what this means is, yeah, it broke through it, but if it can come back and reclaim 357 and start making a bullish move to reclaiming the 100-day, things would start looking good again. But as long as it becomes an issue here at this 200-day, because we ended up testing $3.58, right? That's where we had a lot of resistance. And the matter of the fact is, having resistance at 358, and that's right where the 200-day is at 357, is not a good sign. And it's continuing to look bearish. So I want to make sure you're prepared for that. And if you are planning to trade off of the fluctuations, make sure you have a solid game plan and you know what your entry and as well as your exit targets are going to be. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for MMAT. So we can see here on the inflow, we had 9,041. And on the outflow, we have 12,050. 4,858. So we have 0 on the large for both. On the medium, we have 4,854, and on the small, we have 4,186. On the outflow side, of course, 0 on the large. Medium, we have 7,030, and then on the small, we have 5,029. As far as for the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see here we have 0 today, we had 0 on the 16th, we had 0 on the 15th, but we also had large scale orders on the 13th and an outflow day on the 14th. So what does this look like? This is not looking good whatsoever. I know we had a pretty rough day inside of the market, but as far as how the stock price and how it is trending, it looks like it's going to continue to go to the downside. I want to be completely honest with you guys. These are what the numbers are looking like. If the market decides to rebound, which I saw what was going down inside of the after hours, then of course you might look forward to seeing a little bit of momentum, but for the most part, things are definitely not looking good. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for MMAT metamaterials, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the rest of this week progresses. The last time when we went on Fintel, we were taking a look at the short interest information, and we do know that this play does have short squeeze potential. But another thing we do need to understand, it thrives on volume, just like many other stocks. So taking this into consideration, the less amount of volume that we have, then of course it's going to be detrimental. And also if we end up getting a lot of volume, but it's mostly on the selling side, this is not a good thing either. So these are part of the reasons why when I do the technicals, I show you these possible areas where it can pull back. Many of you have sent me messages and told me, hey, you know what, I'm happy to know and I'm happy that I'm prepared for this. I can see what's possibly can occur. I am not a psychic. I can't tell you what the stock is going to do on certain days, but I can give you a good idea in regards to probability. And as far as how it's looking like right now, since there's a lot of selling going on, yes, we did have the market conditions that we had. If we end up seeing some momentum tomorrow, it'll probably be off a bounce off those support areas like I was talking about. But for the most part, it is looking fairly bearish, and I want to make sure you're aware of that, especially if you are holding shares. And then before I actually finish this video out, one of the things that we also need to take a look at the fact is you need to make sure you're doing what's best for you. Do not be motivated or do not rely on hope from what you might see on other YouTube channels saying, hey, it's going to be going to the moon. I believe that metamaterials has a lot of potential, but of course this is going to take time. It's going to take consistent earnings report and seeing improvements. I know this and I'm aware of this. This is why I'm transparent with you guys with a lot of the stocks that we talk about, and I tell you the honest truth. And I feel that is something you need to hear, because at the end of the day, if you're going to be investing or trading inside the stock market, you can't rely on hope. Hope is not going to help you make money, and hope is not going to make you make the right decisions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.